Look at my flame. Look at that fenestration. The 3. That's beautiful, right? I adore this plant so much. It's crazy looking back that this grew from like a tiny tissue culture. It's crazy. It's made so much progress. So for today's video, welcome you guys. I'm Melissa and we are going to actually air layer this guy so that I can get it prepped for propagating. So I was thinking how I wanted to go about this. So I have this plant on just a clear pole. So here's the pot and everything, and then there's no moss or anything in here. Some of the aerial roots are crawling back into the soil, but there's this one here. You can see it stops right here. And once this roots, I will chop it at that point and then replant the base. And then what I'll do is propagate the rest of the plant up and make little propagations. I don't know if I've really talked about or did like air layering on my channel, and I haven't really done too much air layering, but I have a feeling it's something that I'm going to do more often now, especially since I'm not using moss. So basically, if you don't know, air layering is basically where you take like a clump of moss, or you could use even soil, and you kind of, usually a lot of people I see do saran wrap, and they even make these propagation balls that you can use, but I did have those, but I got rid of them because the stem, a lot of my plant stems were too thick that the ball thing wouldn't close around it. So a lot of people use like saran wrap, and then they tape, they put some moss against the root, and then they kind of saran wrap it. So you're basically, allowing it to root into the moss, and you want it enclosed as best as you can so it can hold in humidity, because that's what's going to encourage it to root. And then once you get a good little root system going, then you can chop it. It's basically a way to grow roots without having to chop your plant first, because sometimes when you propagate, a plant may not make it or it may rot. So this is kind of like an insurance, so to say, that you can actually root it first and then chop it and then plant it right away, and it can grow, instead of actually chopping it, then propagating it, letting it root, and then potting it up that way. I hope that makes sense. So that's basically what we're going to do today. I was going to extend it, but I think, once I start propagating this, I don't know, I could still extend it because this top node you see here is above the pole, so I don't really have any support here. And this plant is going to start sizing down, and it's not going to grow as well if I don't have any support against this node here. It doesn't have anything to climb on, so I might extend it. We'll see how this little moss situation thing works out. And then I think what I'll do is go ahead and repot it as well. I feel like since there's 3 aerial roots now that have, well actually 2, have grown down, I think it's a little bit more rooted than normal, but I feel like it's pretty rooted in here. I feel like it could use a quick little upsize to a 6-inch. And yeah, once I have like a little root system going, I'll make like a follow-up video, and then we'll actually like propagate this plant and pot up the section and everything. So I'm excited for it. I can't wait for even more mature leaves. It is beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful monstera. I love this plant so much. Mine is drying out often because 1, I think it is root bound, but 2, it's like right in front of my south window, and literally sun, when it's out, beams on this plant. So I think it just uses a lot of energy and water, so it dries out often, like it's completely dry. And I have noticed a couple, I don't know if that's burnt. Oh no, that's drippings from a propagation, I think, on this leaf. But some of my leaves, like the tips, are crispy. Several of the tips have kind of done that, like that one and that one there. So I think that's probably from drying out more than it should. I was thinking about, once I get roots, I don't know if I wanted to do this one in pond. It seems happy. It's in my airwide mix right now, which is a tree fern base. I mean, it seems happy, but I'm worried that this is staying too dry. So I'm wondering if it would do better. I feel like it would grow better in pond. So I might do that once I have like a little root system going. I might stick this in pond. the sun is out today, but this is where the plant lives, in this spot right here where chai is going. So you can see that sun coming in, and my elbow right here, you can see all that sun on the leaves. You guys, I have wheeled this cart around the room like for the last 10 minutes trying to find a spot that didn't have sun coming in because it's so bright today. It's not a good filming angle in my plant room. I really just want you to see the air layering part, and then I'll bend you down when I go to repot it. This is the orchid moss that I'm using. I don't need a lot of moss either, because you guys know I chopped my elbow, and I think the reason that did so well is because it had so many aerial roots, but if I chop this under here, it's only going to have the one. I don't know, I just don't want to risk it not doing well, you know, by putting that straight into pond with just the one aerial root. So I'm going to try this and see how it goes. It's so satisfying. Okay. So I'm going to unsnap this. I kind of had it anchored on the inside a little bit, so now I can reach it a little bit better. Instead of saran wrap, I'm actually just going to use a small little Ziploc bag, and I'm just going to stuff some moss in here just to make it easier, and then I'll, you know, put the aerial root in here. And I want it damp, but not like soaking wet, so I'm just going to wring it. This is fun. I haven't done this really in a long time, so I'm excited to see, you know, the progress. I think the only problem I see is how is this bulge going to fit behind here? Let's see. I could actually do this one too. I could cut this aerial root and do both of these actually. That way I'll get double the roots growing. Oh, I might do that. Do you know what I mean? I actually was just thinking, I don't think I'm going to extend this pole because one, it's going to get heavy, and you know, when I go to chop it and replant it, I'd rather just start fresh. And I think I'll probably do a core pole instead of the clear plastic. So I don't think I'll extend. All right. So let's cut this aerial root to like here. Let's see. Just gonna bend this back a little. I just want to get both of these roots in here. I'm definitely going to need some tape. I'm actually just going to use this elastic. It's not really tape. That way I can undo it easily. Let's see. I'm just going to kind of wrap it. This is what I use for my moss poles all the time. I don't know if that's going to come undone though. I don't think it should take more than a few weeks to start rooting into here. It's a little open right here, but I think that's okay, as long as it can stay somewhat more humid. All right, so how am I gonna anchor this back with this bulge in here? I just need it somewhat stable. This pot is like not the right size. You see how loose it is, so it's wanting to fall. If I had a better pot that fit this, it wouldn't be as wobbly. But it's definitely going to lean forward for a little bit. And like shove this in here for now. I think that'll be good. All right, so we're not going to extend. We definitely need to water this plant. I kind of want to repot it a little though. I'm trying to think, when I go to propagate this all the way back, I'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'll probably do 6 cuttings, and then what I'll do is maybe I can leave this base and then it will reshoot from there. I think that's the issue that I have, is like plants that I want to grow big for my own collection, like this top portion, I'll eventually have to propagate it and stuff back. But also, like, I usually end up with a lot of like bottom cuts or butt cuts that'll regrow. And so I'm left with like 2 plants of the same plant, and I don't really want that. I'm trying to avoid that. I'm trying to like get rid of duplicates and stuff, and I do want to downsize like a few plants, but it's hard because I want to propagate for the plant shop, but I also don't want to like overwhelm myself with a ton of plants of the same plant. It's hard to figure out what to do sometimes with that. It's not overly root bound. Why don't I go ahead and repot it really quick? Oh, the sun is back. It's just gonna be a quick upsize, so it shouldn't take that long. Whoa! All right. See, it actually fits in the ceramic now. It's more stable, so it's not going to be as wobbly. I do need to water it though, like yesterday. I added a little extra down here so it can kind of drink up from the bottom. All right, we have our base repotted. It should stay a little bit more hydrated. And yeah, I imagine it only would take a few weeks. And then I'll make a follow-up video, like I said, and we'll do the chop on this plant and repot the base and everything, or repot the top part. I cannot wait. They're so beautiful. I cannot wait for more mature leaves. So yeah, hopefully this will be fine, not being supported. I don't think it would push a new leaf in the next few weeks, because I think this one actually just came out not too long ago. I feel like it's been a steady grower, but I feel like once I move it into pond, I feel like it's gonna grow more quickly. At least that's what I think. And you can already see its condensation. You can see that, all that humidity in there. So I think it'll stay pretty moist. Put her back in the spot that she was in, or he was in. And yeah, I'll be able to keep an eye on this. So I hope you didn't mind this short little video of me trying to air layer and everything. Sometimes I don't mind doing these quick videos, but I also like doing longer videos, but you'll have to let me know if you prefer longer videos or kind of like around the 15-minute mark. Yeah, what are you doing? Yeah. Oh. Whew. He's so funny. I don't mind doing either, but sometimes it's nice to have some shorter ones mixed in with all the longer ones, you know? But yes, I hope you enjoyed, and then yeah, stay tuned. It's the first week of January, so I imagine by the end of the month, I should have enough roots growing that I'll be able to propagate it and everything. So thank you for watching. I hope you have a good rest of your day, and I will see you and talk to you again here very soon.